Hi, welcome to Love Jones Connection. Thank you for joining me. If you are new on this show, we go over helpful dating and relationship tips. We also share inspirational love stories. I am happily married and I vividly remember singlehood and the process it took to get to my desired outcome, which was love, marriage, and a family. So if that is something you are interested in, definitely stay tuned. On today's show, we are going to talk about what it means to work on yourself and how it affects your dating journey. Working on yourself is something that I've probably mentioned in every show thus far, and I would like to break it down a little more today. Okay, so working on yourself entails striving to be the best version of yourself. Does that mean that you have to be perfect in order to meet your match? No, it does not mean that. However, you should actively be working on self-improvement. For example, let's say that you are dealing with trust issues. Okay, you've been hurt and there are some issues that you have regarding trust. And the guy you are dating contacts you and he cancels plans with you last minute due to a family emergency. That is what he tells you. Now, because you're working on self-improvement, instead of you flying off the handle and calling him a liar, you offer empathy. Hey, sorry to hear about that. Hope everything is okay. Even though you're having some issues with believing him because of those trust issues, you decide to operate in a positive way because you realize that he hasn't done anything wrong, and you're not going to continue to do the same things that you've done in the past that led to a negative outcome. So you've decided to operate in your place of improvement. And so therefore, that is how you are going to actively conduct yourself when you hear things like that. And then you will allow it to play out and then go from there. Okay? But you're operating from a place of positivity. Okay? Now, another part to working on yourself can also be physical. Sometimes physical insecurities can keep you in bondage and contribute to you not having a positive experience with dating. Okay. Now, whatever you have the ability to improve on or the desire to improve on, I encourage you to go for that. For example, if you're thinking back to when you felt the best about you, if you're like, hey, I remember I was so happy when I was XYZ weight, or hey, I had something going on with my skin and I kind of got away from my routine and now I'm getting acne, or whatever you could be having going on there. Or if you've been wanting to get Invisalign or braces or something to help you feel more confident smiling and talking and things like that, I encourage you to go ahead and work on that if it is something keeping you in bondage where it's causing you to be insecure and it may be causing you to act out negatively when it comes to dating. I really want you to make that effort to make the changes and understand that this is your journey. Only you know what could be holding you back. Okay, so that's an honest conversation that you have to have with yourself. And that is where you have to definitely apply the change, because being the best version of yourself gives you confidence. And it truly is a game changer for sure. Definitely you attract a different type of person when you have done the work on yourself. You don't find toxicity attractive. You are operating from a positive mindset. You are not going to continue to go after someone who's showing you all kind of red flags and different things that are not healthy, you are going to avoid those type of people because, you've done the work on yourself and you realize that that's not going to get you anywhere. And so because of that, you are just dealing with a whole different type of scenario. Okay, when you are confident in doing the work on yourself and you're doing the vetting process. We talked about that previously. And so all of that ties in with how you feel about yourself and what you're going to subject yourself to. Okay. And then also there are emotional traumas that you can be dealing with. Of course, there's physical, and we touched on emotional when we come to the trust issues. And so I really want you to actively be working with a therapist you're working with a therapist and, actively applying the feedback provided, because you can be in therapy and coaching all day, every day. But if you are not actively applying the feedback, then what are we even doing here? Okay, what's the goal? And so I definitely encourage you to apply it, and definitely you will see real improvement if you are doing that. It definitely requires a state of self-awareness and accountability, no blaming other people. You look at yourself and you work on yourself. That is what it boils down to. Okay. And I am going to end the show a little differently today. I actually have a clip that I'm going to play for you from the late, great legend. She was a beautiful actress by the name of Diahann Carroll. I'm sure you've heard of her. And in the clip, she talks about looking within. Before blaming anyone, look at yourself and then work from there. Take a look at yourself and grow from there. She went through different things, different mistakes, and she talks about the lessons learned. And I really want to share that with you today. And I'll go ahead and I'll play that. I look forward to talking with you again next week. Good luck to you.
Selection poor, not able to evaluate whether this should be a friendship or this should be a marriage. I wanted to be married. And so when the opportunity was there to do so, I did it. I had not lived alone. Quite frankly, I didn't know how to do that. I'm not sure that I know how to do it today. But I did think that it was time for me to stop and try to answer these questions for myself. I decided to come back to Los Angeles and learn to live alone. I said I will learn about me, not the role I play. And it's difficult to learn to live alone. It's difficult because I'm difficult. I'm not easy to live with. You have 3 or 4 choices here that will give you a terrible day or a wonderful day. And there's no one else to blame except you. Because you're here alone. You can't say he did this or he did that. It's all you. And you don't seem to want to make yourself extremely happy the way you wanted other people to come along to make you extremely happy. Nobody can make you extremely happy but you. I was an old lady before I understood that.